This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors.
Guys, I've got a couple of articles I want to talk about. And the first one is we were kind of talking about this on the break a little bit, and this Ely Segall wrote this article, and he reminded me again when he was here that he does not write the headlines. He only writes the article. The editors,
feels a little defensive to me.
the editors, because he knows I title is Headlines versus Reality, and the title of his article this past week was "March was just nuts." Las Vegas home building market keeps heating up. Okay, so ultimately, March was just a very busy month.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe like you said, the busiest month in the last 8 years or 9 years or so.
I think it might be the busiest
Maybe ever.
sales ever.
Maybe ever.
I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me.
He's also talking about new home builds, over 4,000 new home builds. So that's where the numbers get really, really crazy. The numbers were big. They were big for March. It was a big month for real estate, and yet the title of his article.
Yeah, what was nuts about it?
It was not.
You read the article. Tell us the
You
nuts.
really have John all worked up about
I'm
this.
fired up, Eli.
There is absolutely nothing nuts about it at all. What it was March was a big month. It was a big month for real estate. Now, when you compare, let's compare March this year to March last year. Yeah, that's freaking nuts. Okay, You say, last year we were in the pandemic.
Where do we get to compare April?
Oh my goodness, it's going to be it's going to be the same thing. So when it's like my partner Joel used to say, "Hey, figures lie and liars figure." I mean, it doesn't matter. We can come up with a stat for you that'll make you think that March was the craziest month in the history of mankind.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, it was a really good month. It was a really good month for real estate, and the volume was up. The volume was up, and maybe the best month ever in terms of volume, but not double our best month.
Right.
Not really, quote in our mind, nuts. I mean,
Sure.
just a really, really good month. Okay, now.
All right.
What's our market right now? Our market's a seller's market. It's a seller's market. Why is it a seller's market? Because we have a lot of demand. And we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We'll just leave it. We have a lot of demand. We have a lot of demand right now because people want to live in Las Vegas. That's where they want to live. Now, there's a lot of demand throughout the country, but Las Vegas, a little more than most because taxes, weather, don't have to be close to work anymore.
Sure.
Right.
Want to retire. There's a whole slew of reasons that people would want to live in Las Vegas. So anyway, I'm going to tell you that right now I'm dealing with so many buyers from out of state wanting to get here. And they're having a hard time finding houses, but they want to get here. They want to live here. They want to do it right now. Okay, so here's the other article I found. And this is very exciting news for me.
Okay.
And this is by Richard Velotta. He writes a lot for the RJ also. And his title is, What Pandemic? Nevada Casinos Post Best Month in 8 Years. The best month in 8 years.
I participated. I just have to be honest.
John, you were there. Yeah, and then maybe you're the reason. I'm not sure.
It's very, very possible. I love Las Vegas as a native, and I supported our casino.
So in the article, it says state win was posted at $1.067 billion for the month.
$1 billion.
72.7% over last year, which was still active. We were still active last year, obviously, but still 72% increase.
Well, yeah, we had half.
Half a month.
Half a month last year. So.
And it's the highest total win since February of 2013. And compared to March of 19, it was up 5%.
I'm going to thank our news media for part of this because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've noticed on some of our local news sites where they're highlighting even more the jackpots that are getting hit in town.
I saw the
200,000 for this person.
Oh, yeah.
90,000 for this person. 10 million
the other day hit
for the other one, right?
Okay.
I think that gets people excited to go back out to the casino. Very,
Subtle.
Yeah, right. It works. Marketing works, right?
So here's the great news: is that Vegas is just going to go. I mean, talk about nuts. We're going to be.
I think it's going to be a very busy summer.
Unbelievable summer. You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio. We'll meet you on the radio next Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on the new 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDWN, the Talk of Las Vegas.